evening everyone, and this is Mark Iyom of Vs2pcg Deck Forger, and for today we're going to give you a very good deck tech, and this has been delayed because of that pesky evil Deadpool stealing the limelight from our main hero, and that is of course Miles Morales, the Mantle Spider-Man. Okay, so as you can see, Miles Morales, of course, became famous because of movie like Into the Verse or similar comics that has shown us that there are alternative Spider-Mans in other parallel dimensions or multiverse, as you can call it. And so, as you can see here, Miles Morales works on the Mantle Mechanics. That's the one with the asterisk, on their name. And actually, to clarify this particular concept of Vs2pcg is that Mantle Mechanics works as two different characters. So they are two characters sharing the same name, but they are totally two different embodiments or persons. So first of all, Spider-Man with the asterisk is Miles Morales, and you also have Spider-Man, for example, the one from the Avengers or the Marvel battles, or even the new anti-reg or the pro-reg, Spider-Man, and he is, of course, Peter Parker. So you can actually play both at the same time. So you can play, let's say, Spider-Man Miles Morales as your main character, and of course you can play Spider-Man, the Peter Parker, both at the same time, because they're supposed to be two different persons. So unlike if you're going to play, let's say, a Pro-Reg Spider-Man, and you're going to play, of course, an Avengers Spider-Man as a supporting character, but that cannot be done because, of course, it will not be allowed accordingly to our rules concept. But the main highlight, of course, of our Mantle Mechanics deck is it possible that we can actually drop the 12 cost Captain Universe in play, maybe during the 5th turn or earlier. The fastest possible, I think, is on the 4th turn. And of course, if we can play him, right from your deck. So that's what we're going to find out in this particular episode of the Mantle Mechanics. So stick with me as we go about with our deck decking table, and we're going to find out if we're able to drop Captain Universe and Spider-Man Miles Morales side by side. So now this is Vs2pcg Deck Forger, guys, and once again, let's take a look at Mantle Mechanics. And so we are now here at our deck decking table, and we have brought out our big demo box, and we're going to bring out, of course, Mantle Mechanics by Miles Morales. So I can't remember if this one is Karnak. Yeah, it's supposed to be the red one. This one is Gamora. This is the one. And so this is Miles Morales Mantle Mechanics, as we have promised you. Now let's put this aside. It's becoming heavy as the weeks go by, and so we're going to discuss with you the deck components of our Mantle Mechanics. Now we are going to discuss first, of course, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Let's try to bring a good focus on this one. Now Spider-Man Miles Morales at level 1 is a 2 attack, 5 defense character from the Champions team, and he has 5 health. His first superpower is Venom Blast, so during any combat you may play any red power symbol and choose a character in melee combat with Spider-Man to get a -0, -3 defense penalty this combat. And his level up requirement is Honor the Legacy. So to level up, he needs 8, and at the end of your turn, Spider-Man gets 1 XP for each face-up character on your side that shares a mantle, even if it shares a mantle with a character outside the game. Okay, so the main thing that I would like to clear here, of course, is mantle both ways. So, meaning if Spider-Man without the asterisk, okay, considered already as a mantle character because of course there is a Spider-Man Miles Morales, or is it really the one with the asterisk? So again, at the end of your turn, Spider-Man gains 1 XP for each face-up character on your side that shares a mantle. So even if it shares a mantle with a character outside the game. Then, at level 2, once you're able to level up, Spider-Man gains his much higher stats. He now becomes a 4 attack, 8 defense character with 5 health. And now he has Generation. So that is his second superpower. And during your build phase, you may pay any yellow power symbol and search your deck for a supporting character that shares a mantle with a character on your side and put it on your side. So again, this is what I would like to be clear about, but I think I have gotten this correct. So if you have a Spider-Man Miles Morales, okay, and he has a mantle, so search your deck for a supporting character that shares a mantle with a character on your side and put it on your side. So the main goal here, of course, as we have discussed in our preview, is to bring out the biggest spider friends of them all, and that is, of course, Captain Universe. Since Captain Universe is AKA, also known as Spider-Man. So, what I am clear about, of course, is that when you have a Spider-Man in play, like let's say the Avengers Spider-Man, and he's in play and you're about to drop Captain Universe and he's also known as Spider-Man, then of course, the first Spider-Man will get KO'd. And at the same time, Spider-Man, even if it's a main character like Anti-Reg or Pro-Reg Spider-Man, once you're able to power up Captain Universe, because he's also known as Spider-Man, then Spider-Man gets a +1 attack, +1 defense counter. So, if that theory or that principle holds true for the Mantle Mechanics, then again, I can happily say that you can search your deck, your Spider-Man, Miles Morales can search your deck for any character that shares a mantle with the character on your side. And since your main character is already with a mantle, then you can drop in that big dude on the 4th, 5th, or even 6th turn and not the usual 12th turn. And that is where the fun begins. So we'll show that to you later in our sample gameplay. But first, let's try to discuss, of course, what are the supporting characters that are included with the Mantle Mechanics. Okay, so first of all, we have Hawkeye. Okay, that's Kate Bishop, who's going to have a program soon, a series soon at Disney Plus. So Hawkeye with the mantle is a 1-cost character from the A-Force team, and she is a 3 attack, 1 defense character with range and 1 health. And she has quick draw, so while Hawkeye is range attacking, enemy characters can strike back at her. Okay, so very good starting character because of course you need characters in Mantle in order to level up Spider-Man. And your next one drop, of course, are 2 or 4 copies of Cyclops. Okay, Cyclops with the Mantle. And Cyclops with the Mantle is a 1-cost character from the Champions team, and he is a 2 attack, 2 defense character with 1 health, and he has range. And his superpower is Trigonomic Blast, so during the main phase, you may pay any blue power symbol to choose an enemy side and put a -1/-1 counter on a main character, a front row supporting character, and a back row supporting character on that side. So the main character can be both either on the front row or on the back row, but you need at least 1 more supporting character from at the back row and 1 supporting character at the front row to form the Trigonomic Blast. So a very powerful, very tactical, okay, utility superpower from Cyclops. And for your 2-drop, none other than Miss Marvel, of course, Kamala Khan. The Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, is a Mantle also character, and okay, she is a 2-cost character from the Champions team. So she's a teammate of Spider-Man Miles Morales and Cyclops, and she is a 3-attack, 3-defense character with 2 health. And she's very powerful enough because of course of her size alteration. So while Miss Marvel is in combat, you may discard the supporting character as though it were any combat plot twist. And if you do, her base attack and defense become equal to that character's for this combat. So if you are able to draw a pitch in, let's say Gilgamesh, so she becomes a 16 attack, 16 defense character. And again, no, this is not an actual combat plot twist, but works like any turn combat plot twist. So okay, Combat Master or Cosmic Combat Master cannot actually stop Miss Marvel from using her size alteration. And another very powerful Mantle character is our 3-cost Gorgon from the Hydra team. And since Gorgon is a Mantle, he rightfully belongs to this deck, and he's a 3-cost character with 4 attack and 3 defense and 2 health. And he's the Spear in the East, so enemy characters don't get attack defense bonuses from +1/+1 counters. So a very good addition to this deck because he is able to stop all those counter-heavy opponent decks and even Outriders with the matching combo of Grandmaster. So Gorgon is definitely here. And for now, your alternative 3-cost character, of course, is Ironheart from the Champions team, and you have 2 copies of Ironheart here to provide those needed team attacks. And she is a 3-cost 4-attack 4-defense character with 1 health, and she has flight and range. And her main keyword power is where all weirdos here, so supporting characters on her side, can team attack with each other, ignoring team and role restrictions. So very powerful addition because of course you have several teams working on the Mantle Mechanics, but because they are from different teams, but we all need them, most of them, because of their Mantle, okay, keyword powers, okay, or traits. Then of course, for our 4-cost, we have 2 copies of Venom, and Venom is from the Underworld team, and he's a 4-attack, 4-defense, 4-attack, 4-defense character with 2 health, and he has symbiote strength. So during the main phase, you may pay any green to put 2 +1/+1 counters on Venom, and he has symbiosis, so Venom can have +1/+1 counters even while stunned. Another alternative for your 4-drop, of course, is your Spider-Man from the Avengers. And again, I would like to clarify, you can put Spider-Man here even if Miles Morales Spider-Man is in play because they are 2 different characters. One is a mechanic, but they share a mantle with Spider-Man. Okay? And he is a 4-cost, 4-attack, 7-defense character from Avengers team. And he has 1 health. So he has dodge, so he can't be range attack, and one of the more important superpower is Web Sling. So during the main phase, you may pay any red power symbol and pull a back row enemy character to the front row. So normally very tactical in any Vs2pcg tournament. Okay, then for our 5-cost, we have 2 copies of Venom, the Mantle Venom from Hammer. And Mantle Venom is a 7-attack, 7-defense character with 2 health. He's also known as Scorpion, so you cannot play any Scorpion character while Venom, the Mantle Venom, is in play. And he is impersonating Spider-Man, so Venom Mantle has mobile while Spider-Man isn't on the side. So it's okay if you just drop in both, but it's okay. Okay, mobile does not really function much well, except in, let's say, a very team attack heavy combination like Avengers. Okay, then for your 6-drop, we have a lot of them. So at 6 costs, first of all, we have Gorgon, because of course Gorgon from the Inhumans team shares a mantle with Gorgon from the Hydra team, and he is a 7-attack, 6-defense character with 1 health, and he has Shockwave. So when Gorgon attacks, you may turn a basic location face down. And another 6 drop is Hawkeye. So Hawkeye from the Shield team is a 6 cost, 7 attack, 5 defense character with 1 health, and he has range. And he shares a mantle, of course, with Hawkeye from K-Force. And he has 7 quick draw, so while Hawkeye is range attacking, enemy characters can strike back at him. And of course, to snipe on those supporting main characters hiding at the back, or even though Senator Kelly needs snipers, so Hawkeye can range attack back row characters even while they're protected. So very powerful enough on its own. And of course, your other 6 cost character are 2 copies of Hulk, okay, the Mantle Hulk from the Champions team. And he is a 6 attack, 6 defense character with 2 health. And he has Genius, so at the start of your turn, you draw a card. And Smashing Intelligence, so whenever you draw 1 or more cards, put that many +1/+1 counters on the Mantle Hulk. And to share the mantle with Hulk, of course, you have Hulk from the Avengers. So Hulk shares that mantle with Show Hulk of Champions team, and he is a 7 attack, 7 defense character with 2 health. And he has incredible power, so during the main phase, you may play any green power symbol, and if Hulk has a wound, put 7 +1/+1 counters on him. So technically that puts him on the 14 attack, 14 defense range stats. Maybe the same like with Fin Fang Foom. So a very good addition for your Mantle Mechanics. And of course, we have 2 copies of Gilgamesh. More especially because you can use Gilgamesh here for Miss Marvel. And he is an 8 cost Avengers supporting character with 16 attack, 16 defense, 1 health, and with flight. And he has Eternal, so again, if Gilgamesh would be played, you may put him into his owner's hand instead. But then again, as with all Eternal, they have some weakness, so he has for his own the Forgotten One. And at the end of your turn, if you didn't say Gilgamesh this turn, he loses and can't gain Eternal anymore. Okay? And of course, what is the Mantle Mechanics without the biggest key card of your deck? And that is Captain Universe from Spider-Friends. So he's a 12 drop, 25 attack, 25 defense character with flight and 5 health. He's also known as Spider-Man, so you cannot play any other, or let's say any other Spider-Man, okay, while Captain Universe is in play, because of course they will get KO'd, or the first one will get KO'd. And at the same time, Captain Universe shares a mantle with Miles Morales, because of course he is also known as Spider-Man. And what the good thing here is the Unipower chooses partner, so you pay less to recruit Captain Universe equal to the cost of Spider-Man supporting character on your side. So let's say if you have your Spider-Man, okay, Avengers out in play, then you get to play this at 4 cost less. So you can drop him on the 8th turn, and Spider-Man, the first one, will get KO'd. But then again, your Captain Universe can be played because even though he's known as Spider-Man, but your main character is a mantle. And the time of peril has passed, so at the end of your turn, if your main character has a total remaining health greater than or equal to the total remaining health of enemy main characters, okay, KO Captain Universe. So if you're able to pull Captain Universe on the 4th or 5th turn, the better, because you can stop those heavy hitting multiple main character decks like Outrider, okay, or even the Bark Brothers in their tracks. Because of course you see Captain Universe has 25 attack, 25 defense stats, and it is one of the biggest in the game, okay? And with that is those are all our supporting characters. And again, Captain Universe can be played, it's up to you on how you would like to tweak your Mantle Mechanics deck. Because of course, you can put in, let's say, 4 copies of Captain Universe. But then again, I tried to avoid having 4 copies because you can actually search him with your Miles Morales Generation Superpower. But at the same time, if you have 4 copies, then you have a much more higher chance of drawing them and not being able to just search for them, okay, for in your deck. But then again, okay, if you plan to use 3 or 4 copies of Captain Universe, then still you can use him, okay, to power up Miss Marvel, which is a very good tactic indeed. Okay, so now that we're done with our supporting characters, now let's go to our plot twist. So for your Mantle Mechanics, we have decided to just put 2 sets of plot twists, and the first of course is fallback. And fallback is actually a cancel, okay, culture plot twist. And during any combat, if a front row character on your side is defending, cancel the combat. And you have the option to move them to your back row. So very good to stop impending peril of overwhelming attackers, okay, from your opponents, okay, in their tracks. And of course, we have 4 copies of Baby Avengers. And Baby Avengers is also a champion's plot twist. So during any combat, choose a character in the combat to get +0/+4, okay, defense bonus this combat. So this works both ways. You can use it for your attacking, and you can also use it for defending. And we have chosen Baby Avengers over, let's say, the likes of Shock to the System, because of course it has an additional +1 bonus on defense, and at the same time your Spider-Man, of course, is a champion's, okay, main character. And now going to the final part of our deck component, of course, we have our location. So for locations, we have 4 copies of Academy, and Academy is used solely, of course, for Spider-Man, Miles Morales Generation Superpower. And we also have 4 copies of Training Ground, and Training Ground is used for Spider-Man's Venom Blast. So these 2 sets of basic locations, the Yellow Academy and the Red Training Ground, are solely used for your main character and no one else. And of course, you have also Fortress, 2 copies of them for your, okay, Venom and also your Hulk Avengers Superpower, okay. And you also have 2 copies of Laboratory because you can use them for Cyclops Trigonomic Blast. So again, it's up to you if you like to increase your Laboratory, or if you like to increase your Fortress, then it's up to you on how you like to tweak your deck. And finally, we have 4 copies of our wild location, and that is Jersey City. And Jersey City, okay, can be used to pay any blue, yellow, green, or red superpower or power symbol for any champion's character on your side, and most especially just use for your Mantle Spider-Man Miles Morales. Okay, so that's it. Now we're going to go to the final part of our episode, and let's head on to our sample gameplay. Okay guys, so now we're going to go to the last part of our episode, and this is now the actual sample gameplay of our Miles Morales Mantle Mechanics deck. Okay, and so we're going to try to bring out the big dude himself, Captain Universe. Of course, Captain Universe is not the real or the biggest dude on the block, because you still have Thanos, but of course Thanos, you actually need to have at least Heralds in your deck in order to bring him out. Okay, so he's the biggest dude at 30/30 for supporting character. And of course, you also have Mayor Wilkins, but Mayor Wilkins is a main character, so he does not count. Okay, so now we're going to give you the sample gameplay for the Mantle Mechanics. So again, we have our Miles Morales, and of course, since he doesn't have any range keyword power, we're going to try to bring him to the front row, and we're going to try to actually shuffle our deck to give us the randomness of an effect when you are actually playing in an actual Vs2pcg tournament. Okay, so now we're going to try if our theory will actually work, that we can bring out, okay, Captain Universe on the 4th or 5th turn. And of course, as you can see, as we have explained a while ago, Spider-Man, the Miles Morales version, actually works on the concept of mantles. So since Captain Universe, although he's not named Spider-Man, but since he has what you call this, an AKA known as Spider-Man, so he is also considered as Spider-Man. So the main point here, of course, is you cannot bring out Spider-Man, for example, SC, or if you are playing a Spider-Man MC, okay, it can be either the original Spider-Man from the Avengers of the Marvel Battle Space, or it can also be the anti-reg or the pro-reg Spider-Man. But then since Captain Universe is actually Spider-Man also, so he has that trait called the AKA, or also known as Spider-Man. So actually you can use Captain Universe to power up Spider-Man. But in this case, since Spider-Man, Miles Morales is a mantle, so then you can actually bring both Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and another Spider-Man. So it can be the original Spider-Man from Avengers, or it can also be Captain Universe. But since he is also known as, okay, Spider-Man. Okay, so now we're going to cut our deck into 3 again. So let's choose, let's say 3, 1, and 2. So we're going to draw 7 cards. Let's place our deck here. So as you can see, we have a very good starting play. Oh, okay, so we were able to draw Captain Universe, and we don't have any yellow, so I think we should mulligan. Let's try to shuffle this a little bit further so that, okay, we can actually mulligan for the one last time. Okay, so let's try to cut it again into 3. So let's try 2, 3, and 1. Okay, then let's place it here. By the way, this is a very good playmat, and it's courtesy of the Build Pace, courtesy of my friend Joe Pitelli. So shout out to Mr. Joe Pitelli. So let's try to see if we can draw it. Okay, so okay, we have 2 yellows. We have a Venom, a Mantle Venom from the Hammer team. We have a Fortress, a Jersey City, the wild location for Spider-Man. We have Academy, Baby Avengers, Miss Marvel, and Hulk. Okay, so let's try to go second. Okay, so since Spider-Man goes second, so your opponent gets to play a resource, then he gets to recruit a character, then he can try to attack. But then if he attacks and Spider-Man gets wounded, it's okay with you. You know why? Because of course you'll see that in our last episode, okay, Captain Universe, you need at least to have a lower health stats, okay, current stats than your opponent, so that your Captain Universe can survive on a later turn. If you have a health equal to or higher than your opponent's, then Captain Universe gets KO'd. Okay, so now it's your turn. You'll draw 2 cards. So you have a Spider-Man, so that's good, and you have another Jersey City. Okay, so Spider-Man now is recovered. You play your Jersey City in your resource row, but then you don't have any 1-drop, so we will try to go to the second turn. Okay, so second turn for your opponent, he plays a resource, he tries to recruit, then Spider-Man, he is attacked again, then now, okay, he has 2 wounds. Again, it's okay. Okay, still you can survive, but you have 5 wounds, 5 health. Then you draw 2 more cards, then you have a fallback, that's good, and you have a Hulk. Okay, so now you get to play your resource. Let's say we play another Jersey City, then we play a Miss Marvel. Okay, so Miss Marvel, this is also another mantle. Okay, so now you get to have Miss Marvel in the front row. Okay, so if somebody attacks Miss Marvel, remember her size alteration can help you increase her stats. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Since you have Spider-Man in your hand, okay, Spider-Man cannot be used to power up Spider-Man with the mantle because they are 2 different characters. Okay, so somebody attacks Miss Marvel. First of all, you try to play, okay, Spider-Man to increase her stats to 4-7. Now, she survives. Okay, and remember, okay, let's backtrack a bit. your Miss Marvel is a mantle and Spider-Man is a mantle. So by the end of your turn, during your second turn, you gain 2 XP for Spider-Man. And actually you need 8 in order for him to level up. Okay? So let's try going to the third turn. So you have a Gilgamesh, that's good. And you have another Baby Avengers, okay? So sadly we don't have any 3-drop characters. So that's a very sad draw, okay? But then, I still can survive. So again, if somebody attacks Miss Marvel, first you can try to pump her with Baby Avengers to get that +4 defense. Okay, if she survives, and again, okay, I always keep on forgetting, at the end of your third turn, you get 4 XP. Okay, so now it's your turn. So okay, you got a Cyclops, that's a good draw, and you got another Jersey City. And then, okay, we are going on our fourth turn. This is supposed to be the last, but again, since we didn't have any third drop, so now we play Cyclops. And at the same time, Cyclops is also a mantle, so by the end of your turn, you gain 1, 2, 3 additional XP. So if we were able to drop, okay, a 3 cost character a while ago, then we should have leveled up by turn 4. And by that time, it could have been a bit better. But then, again guys, this is very random. We're not doing anything here to fix this up. So again, by the end of your third turn, fourth turn, you now have 7 XP. So your opponent now gets to attack again. But then, first you can play either Baby Avengers again. But if they're very persistent, then you can play the big dude himself, Gilgamesh, for Miss Marvel's size alteration. Still, if she survives, then okay, this is it. Okay, on our fifth turn, we're going to draw 2 more cards. And okay, we got a Hawkeye and we got another fallback. Very defensive on this part. Okay, then we play a green. Okay, so now you get to play Venom. And since Venom is also a mantle, you have to remember that Venom actually, okay, you can get Venom or either Miss Marvel or a Cyclops from your deck. But since we don't have yet to level up because Spider-Man Miles Morales levels up on the 6th turn, okay, then, okay, we play Jersey City. Then you get to find a Venom. Oh no, not yet. We cannot. Okay, sorry, we cannot. Okay, because we are not yet level 2. Sad to say, we're not yet level 2. Okay, then we're going to try to go to the 6th turn. So if somebody attacks, then again, you have to understand you have a fallback and you have another fallback so that you can protect your characters. But then again, you don't have to protect much because by the end of your 5th turn, okay, Spider-Man Miles Morales is already level 2. And now you can use generations. Okay, and this is where the fun part begins. Okay, so again, try to protect your character if you like, but they both have 2 health. So you just try to protect your other characters. But then Venom gets stunned, so he gets another a wound. Okay, so Miss Marvel can play fallback. She survives. Then now it's your 6th turn. Okay, so we draw a yellow and we draw, okay, a Hawkeye. So very good. Okay, so now we have 6 resources and Spider-Man is already online for level 2. Then now we play the Hulk, and the Hulk of course has genius, as we have explained a while ago, and he has smashing intelligence. So he's going to, okay, try to of course grow as you draw additional cards. Then you play your yellow solely for the purpose of Spider-Man Miles Morales, and now you get to play or find from your deck the biggest drop for Mantle Mechanics, and that is Captain Universe. So again, Captain Universe is aka Spider-Man, so you can find him with your Spider-Man. Okay, so I still stand to be corrected if this is wrong, but as far as interpretation goes, again, is you have to understand that, for example, Venom is also known as aka Scorpion. So Venom, you cannot actually play, okay, a Scorpion, okay, in your deck on your side if Venom is in play, because of course the first one will get KO'd. So since Spider-Man is a mantle, and search your deck for a supporting character that shares a mantle with a character on your side and put it on your side. So unless I'm wrong, so again, Spider-Man or Captain Universe aka Spider-Man shares a mantle with any other Spider-Man with the mantle. So I believe that should be the case, because that is how I think the mantle mechanics actually work. So please give me a feedback if I'm wrong. If it's okay, I'll try to correct. Then again, I'm not perfect, but then you can see that if you're able to bring out Captain Universe on an earlier turn rather than the 12th turn, which is normally the late game play for Captain Universe, then you can already put your other characters in the back row. And of course, on your 7th turn, normally Captain Universe will help stop, okay, most attackers, and you still have your defense to go along with it, okay. Then now you can actually draw another 2 sets of cards on your 6th turn, and you can play of course Hawkeye here as your resource. Then of course it's either you choose Hulk, okay, or you can play of course Hawkeye, but then you don't need to do that because we already have Hawkeye here, the big dude Hawkeye from Shield. Then play another yellow if able, then try to find, okay, a mantle or a character that shares a mantle with a character on your side. And Hulk, okay, is actually here to find the other Hulk, okay, unless I get inverted on this, okay. So as you can see now, you have a very powerful board state once Captain Universe is here, and of course your Spider-Man has how many, okay. And again, I forgot Hulk here, you will get to draw 2 cards, 1 additional card, and of course it will give you, okay, or turn Hulk, okay, the Cho Hulk into, okay, a 9 attack, 9 defense character, because you have given him 3 additional counters, or 3 +1 +1 counters because of Smashing Intelligence, okay. So hit me on the feedback if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, then it's okay, because I'm very excited that finally we got to, of course, have a very competitive deck with one of the champions, okay, one of the champions main character. And normally champions and the other, okay, teams, characters from, of course, the Monsters Unleashed are seldom used except for utility cards, and I really love what we did here with the Spider-Man Miles Morales Mantle Mechanics. Okay, so again guys, before we go, we'd like to thank all our sponsors. First of all, we'd like to thank the Vs2pcg Collective. So thank you very much guys out there in the US and in other countries. And we also like to thank our friends from Vs2pcg League, okay, and they are the official sponsor for our Vs2pcg League Philippines Season 2. So Season 2 now, we're already on our 2nd season. And of course, we'd like to thank our corporate sponsors. First of all, we'd like to thank Ecosphere. So thank you very much to Ecosphere, care of Newlen, that's NU_LEN. And please try to visit her Facebook page to inquire on how to get this very compact, okay, water purifier system that is so slim, so compact, it can fit right into your home. So it's like you have your own water station, purified water station, anytime in your kitchen sink. So again, that is Ecosphere. And of course, you can also shop Ecosphere in one of our sponsors, and that is Virtual Mall Philippines. So Virtual Mall Philippines, okay, is now available at the Google Play Store, or you can visit the official website at www.vmphilippines.com. That's V as in victory, vmphilippines.com. And of course, we'd like to thank also all our official venues here in Manila. And first of all, we'd like to thank Fort Chubby Place. So Fort Chubby Place is located at 0070 Naga Road along, okay, that is along Naga Road in Pulang Lupa 2, Los Piñas City, Philippines. And our second venue, of course, is PM Apartments. And PM Apartments, okay, you can rest there, you can check in anytime, and you can also, okay, give yourself or your family a treat with their fabulous condo. Okay, and they are located at 24 Matalino Street in Diliman, Quezon City, Philippines. And of course, this coming August, we have our third official venue, and that is Fort Chavy Place, North Point. And Fort Chavy Place, North Point, that's the biggest Fort Chavy Place yet. And of course, it is located at, okay, Araneta Square in Monumento, Caloocan City, Philippines. And of course, whenever there is a Fort Chavy Place, there is card and box hobbies. And this is, okay, and cards and box hobbies, that's what we are. Okay, and of course, okay, we are the official distributor or supplier of Vs2pcg system, VS System 2PCG here in the Philippines. So once again, guys, before we go, I hope hopefully I really got the Mantle Mechanics right. And again, this is Miles Morales. Of course, I can't sing the ooh, ooh. Okay, sorry. But then again, this is Marky Young of Vs2pcg Deck Forger, and Spider-Man Miles Morales is swinging out of here.